Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's good to have you all here today. Thanks for waiting on me. Thanks for being patient. It's been a weird one today. The fatigue is still hitting hard, so I needed some time to get to some other stuff, and I am here now, and I'm ready to settle in and play some more Kenshi. Yesterday was certainly an exciting episode, so thanks for joining me for that, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to get done today. Hello, Newt. Good to have you. And Kian, hope everybody is doing well today. Thanks for joining us. I don't think I have much to cover in the way of announcements or anything like that. Like I said, I am working on those abridged videos. I should have 2 videos covering 3 streams out soon. Just need to put an intro and outro on them. And maybe a couple more coming this week. And I think I'll be back to streaming more in the middle of this week. And I've got some interesting playthroughs coming up, some strange games you might not have seen on Twitch or at all before. So those should be fun. But the topic for today is Kenshi, as always, so let's go ahead and get into it. Brian, hello on YouTube. Hope you're well. And Newt, congrats on grabbing that first redeem. All right, where is my Kenshi? Maybe in and out for a bit while you work on some sewing. Well, that sounds fun. You expect no less from me. One strength is sad, but you have 10 intelligence, so you can just make a good power armor set and make up for it. All right, let's get started here. Getting defeated in battle isn't always the end. There's a chance someone in your squad will recover in time to save the others. Well, don't we know all about that? What I want to do right away is take stock of our squad, see if we need to stock up on anything. And I might put the people back at base on some building stuff as we make our way back home. I've been thinking I want to spread out some of our manufacturing into distinct buildings. So put all the weaponsmiths in one building and the armor smiths in another and things like that, I think. So what are they doing out here? Oh, they're fighting the Bugmaster again. Can I turn him back in for another bounty? Oh, you can tell Asata you're going to war with the Phoenix and the nobles? Where did Bayan go? That's where we're gonna start. Bayan was over here somewhere last I looked. Hey, Danny, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yes, it's good to be back. Apologies if you heard that one. No, you didn't. Okay, so I did not get a second payout or a second reputation or anything like that. Just curious. All right, as I was saying, let's oh, Brecht is asleep. That's interesting. Let's check on the base a bit. So we have We have tons of iron and building materials, which is good. Let's build another storage for building materials. And we'll place it by the processor. Build 2. And let's get another one for ore. We'll place it by the furnace.
Hello, Gordon.
Hello, Love Glutton. Huge thanks to Borealis for the gifted sub and a serial lurker, and it's been so dope watching the progress. Hey, thanks for being here, Danny. I appreciate it. And yes, Borealis was very generous with those, and I was glad they went to some good friends of the channel. And then as far as... we want a weaponsmith. Oh, these are cool. I'm definitely gonna have to build one of these when we make our new outpost to go into the Ashlands. But for now, if I wanted a weaponsmith, I suppose I would place it here. By all the ore and such. Hey, Tapster and Herb, welcome in. Hope you're all doing well. And then I think we want another one over here that will work on robotics and such. And I'm placing it here so it's sort of equidistant between the copper and the iron. Just realize you have like infinite TTS, but you're not going to abuse it. Thank you, Tapster. We have a very vibes-based sort of thing going on here where I typically leave things as long as as long as they don't get abused. Thank you, Herb. Before you forget, did the marks from yesterday work? Ooh, I meant to check that before I went to bed. I did not, so I'll try to remember to check tonight. So yeah, let's get started with those. And I think today we're going to go ahead and we're going to square away our wall problem and try to stop people from spawning inside our base like they've been doing. So let's go ahead and do that. Have any building materials? Why did my light turn out? Hey, Derp Excessive, welcome in. So why is double not going to work on it? Is anybody? Beautiful with or without lighting. Well, now I know you're just trying to flatter me. Or you'd prefer to see me in the dark. I don't know which it is. Hey, what's up, Toasty? Good to see you. Let's have double build these. I think the problem is that her inventory is full of stuff and she can't grab the building materials. So if we have her build these, she'll use up the iron plates and then maybe it'll work. We'll build another steel bar storage while we're at it too. Maybe even 2. No audio but lurking. Well, good to see you. Thanks for popping by. That'll give double a place to put those steel bars, and then she should get to work building everything else. You read but lurking, your head hears but lurking. Would you like to clarify what that practice might be? Or do you prefer to leave it up to our imaginations? Okay, we'll start there. Boogie, how you doing? Welcome in. That is fair enough, Love Glutton. So we're at Admag. I think if we wanted to go back home, it'd be fastest to just run back by Squin and go this way. I think that's the path we'll take. I know there were other ruins that I wanted to go check out. I mean, do we do that? Maybe we just buy Seto some equipment now. Just enough to head out and adventure. And sweep the last of these ruins while we're out here. I really don't have anything too great, but then again, it's not too expensive. So maybe I'll just throw on the best stuff I can get. Just to have something to make the trip in. That ought to do for now. We'll go to the adventure shop too. Get a backpack maybe. Sweet, 2 nights in a row. Usually I do Kenshi on Saturday and Sunday. Decking out Seto. Yeah, just with some equipment for now to keep adventuring. Ideally, we'll head back home and we'll make a whole new set of equipment, you know, masterwork grade, all that sort of stuff. But for now, just to have something. What weapon am I thinking of using with her? So she's got a plank right now. I think I'll probably try to get an edge type 2 plank. No, Tapster, they are just as valued as Twitch chatters. And yes, they can see your responses. I think we'll go with a medium backpack. You're always trying to cause trouble, Taps. I might give Seto this Desert Saber for now. Considering it's a better weapon and she's got 20 and everything, we might do it for now. Yeah, Paul says if you subscribed on YouTube, you could help me get a YouTube membership. Looks like YouTube chatters have my back. Better be subscribing on YouTube. Hey, the pressure worked. Nice job. Hey, Willow, what's up? How you doing? Hello, Ryan Moore on YouTube. Fuck your full name. Did you just log in with your YouTube with your legal name and say hello? You could have just pretended you were a new person. Not logged in on YouTube because Google's data collection creeps you out. That's fair. That's why we have both platforms available. We are just giving Tapster uniquely a hard time because that is what Tapster likes to do in my streams. Frankly, I love everybody being here no matter which platform you're on. That's why I'm on both. I forgot we had a bunch of this stuff to sell. Like all of these maps we already know the locations of. All right, that should do. We're going ruin hunting. Let's stop at the bar maybe and get some food. All right. So we want to head. You have new reason to hate my YouTube stream? Is it because you went in there and doxed yourself? Feels a little bit like a skill issue. Let's head back to Old Front Lines, and then from there we will scoop back into this grid area. Check those ruins. Yeah, because otherwise we're never going to hit that again if we don't check them now, I think. User error. You know that meme of the person riding the bicycle, and then they stick the stick in the wheel, and they make themselves fall off their bike and blame something else? That's Tapster right now. Oh, hey, Willow just had pancakes for dinner. How am I feeling? Uniquely fatigued today. Yeah, I have chronic fatigue syndrome and POTS, and both of those things have been flaring up today, I think, as a result of getting over the COVID. So I've been just wiped out today. I did not get as much done around the house as I wanted, but it is what it is, and at least I get to hang out and relax with possibly the most stressful game I've ever played. I say that, but honestly, It's not most of the time. Most stressful game I've ever played was probably Sekiro. Yeah, Kian remembers. Kian was there for that. You quit Sekiro twice before beating it. If I were not a streamer, I don't think I would have beaten that game. If I didn't have reason to keep going, to keep my stream running, I don't think I would have stuck with it. Where are they going? Sekiro gave you heartburn just watching. So I don't know that it really practically affects me in any way that Seto has a Holy Nation bounty, because they already would attack Shek anyways. If you get your energy back, appreciate you streaming. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. It is something I enjoy doing. It's more of the mundane productive task. It's like house stuff suffered today, and I wanted to get some stuff done with the YouTube videos and things like that, and I just couldn't get the energy to do that today. Usually streaming is pretty easy for me. The most taxing thing about it is keeping up, like, mentally, and I have a little trouble with not having a super flat affect, so I have to go out of my way to emote sometimes. It's kind of like masking a little bit. That can be a little difficult and start to slip when I get really tired, but all in all, it's easy for me to sit here and stream, have a good time talking with people, play cool games. Sekiro isn't a game that appeals to you, you suppose, for a similar reason. Sekiro is some of my highest highs and lowest lows I've experienced in a game. Rust, most stressful game for you. It's a horrible place. I've never played Rust. I don't tend to play a lot of the online games. Rust took over your life in like 2015. Dang, it has been that long, hasn't it? Sekiro playthroughs die twice. What's up, goats and scarves? Alright, this is the Spider Plains, I believe. Was it someone else's stream on the first day of Sekiro and nearly laughed out loud when they said something along the lines of, heard this is around a 30-hour game, but suppose that can vary with how long some bosses might take? Yeah. $30-hour game for the devs and testers that already know the mechanics. Yeah, that's the type of game where the length of a playthrough can vary greatly depending on how quickly you pick it up and vibe with the mechanics. And some of the other Souls games, you can argue they have cheese builds. You can go online and you can look up where to get great weapons and incantations and all this other stuff. Make the game a lot easier on you with knowledge. Sekiro has like 3 build choices. The rest of it is just suck it up and get good. Hey, thank you for lurking. I hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. You have 150-ish hours on Elden Ring and never beat it. I beat it in 70 hours, and then I watched other people play, and I'm like, what's that boss? What's that location? I never saw that. There's a lot of stuff you have to truly dig for in Elden Ring. Struggled with Fire Giant, but only tried about 4 or 5 times, was already feeling burnt out. Yeah. Once you hit that wall, those games are unforgiving, and each death just gets worse emotionally, and then you perform worse. I would like to play some older FromSoft games on stream. Like older, like 20 years ago old. Like Shadow Tower Abyss and Echo Knight Beyond and things like that. They did some really interesting adventure and dungeon crawling sort of games before they ever touched Souls games. You'd be interested in that, Paul? I'm glad, because it's a niche kind of thing I'd like to see for myself. Rust was out before 2015 even. Remember the first guy who killed you said something like, I can tell you're new, I've been playing for years. While you were watching anime, I was studying the blade. Yeah, Love Glutton, I find that Sekiro is something that you kind of... I would say most people find it more difficult than other Souls games, but then on the flip side, there are people that just click with it in a way that it makes sense to them more than the other Souls games, and they do better at it. I wonder if these crawls chosen are going to challenge me. Sewing was a fantastic failure. Well, you gave it a try. You just gained some experience. So it is you who claims the glory of the Bugmaster. It is, it is. All right, let's see how this fight is going to go down. Maybe the gullible lackeys of the Stone Golem will lap up your lies, but I don't buy it. A flat skin taking down the Bugmaster. Stupidity. Okay, so I don't know how the game determines who is responsible, because the Stone Golem said it was Bean Hop, and now this one is addressing Jinsei. So that's interesting to me. Don't want XP, you want pants with the proper amount of holes in them. I'm sorry. I hope next attempt when you feel up to it goes better. Do you like their gut swords, though? All right, how do we do? Ice needs that arm splinted. Would that be 3 holes? Well, do you count the buttonhole? Because you gotta have one of those in there, most likely. Unless you have one of those weird, like, clasp fittings. Tapster, thank you for gifting a sub to Goats and Scarves. I appreciate it. A talking horse, hello, hello. All right, now, if I remember right, as we approach this area, it becomes sort of beak thing territory, so we'll just want to be a little cautious. Oh, and a gift sub to Talking Horse. Tapster, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That depends on the pants. You were thinking sweatpants and pajama pants initially. Yeah, I would say pants have to have a minimum of 3 holes, but it can go up from there. Watcher's rim. Okay. Do skirts have 1 or 2 holes? See, it's the straw thing all over again. It's just a straw for your legs and waist. And one to Love Glutton. Tabster, thank you very much for passing out gift subs. I appreciate that. You don't have to do that, but it is appreciated. And the subs, the revenue is all going to go towards me hiring editors and thumbnail designers for YouTube. And Derp Excessive. Tapster, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. That's basically everybody who has spoken in here. Is graphic design not my passion? Sadly, graphic design is not my passion. Always feel bad your random gift subs go to people not in chat. See, I do the same thing when I'm going to gift subs. I look for people that are participating in chat and I hand them out individually. Unless, like right now, there's a promotion if you do like 5, so I might do the just 5. But normally, if I'm going to do it, I'll look through chat. Are you Neo because you're a pro at dodging gift subs? Well, guess what? That one had its sights locked on you and your name written on the bullet. So this area is sort of adjacent to the grid. I want to see what this tower-looking thing is. Let's go this way. Just really don't want to throw away these pants. Had them for like 5 years. Don't think they even make them anymore, but they make you wear pants at work. I see, so you were trying to salvage them and keep them in good condition. Hey, Brian, has anyone thought about why there were so many human teeth in the Bugmaster storage? When the Shek go to fight him to die honorably, with 3,000 plus hours, you've never thought about this until tonight. Yeah, I don't know. My thought was maybe that's the only thing the skin spiders don't eat. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they eat the skin and the bones and everything, but they leave the teeth, and so he stores them. Mom bought you a pair of Jinko jeans for $80 in the early 2000s. You wore them for like 10 years. I was not old enough to catch that trend. All right, I guess we'll enter this way. Head on a swivel for the beak things. You'd be sorry if this question is over the line. No, I think... I get the feeling there is no definitive lore answer tied to it. So, you know, that's the kind of thing that is fine to, you know, speculate about. Because why did the Bugmaster have, like, 1,000 human teeth in a treasure chest? I noticed it said that the hive could eat the teeth. Clearly the tooth fairy. You have wondered about those teeth for years. Oh yeah, I assumed the teeth were from like all humanoid races. Like not just Greenlanders and Scorchlanders, but also Shek. I don't know about Hive. I don't know if I believe that they have. We need to examine one to find out. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Talking Horse. It feels like that's just a placeholder for like all sorts of teeth. All right, let's head into the crater. We've got some ruins to check out. Ever have one of those dreams where you're losing your teeth? That's where they go. I had that dream last night. I had a dream that the enamel like peeled off of my tooth and then my tooth chipped in half. And I asked my dad to take me to the dentist. And I must have been like back in high school in the dream. And he was like, oh, great. Now I have to take you to the dentist. And like everything that could go wrong to him went wrong to him while he was trying to get me to the dentist. And he tried to give me a tetanus shot in my gums so that I didn't get tetanus from the broken tooth. Alternatively, Bugmaster is also the tooth fairy. We now have two people who have floated the tooth fairy idea. Had a dream the other night where your teeth turned to mush while you were chewing on something, scared the shit out of you when you woke up. I don't know why those dreams feel so uniquely real. You wake up convinced you don't have teeth. Skin spider death items are teeth. Maybe Bugmaster was just turning the tables. I thought that, but the skin spider death items are animal claws. At least that's what they're titled. They look like teeth, but they're technically animal claws. Oh, no, no worries, Talking Horse. I think it's funny that a couple of people have arrived at that independently. Okay, there's the beak things we were promised. Large raptors. Had the coolest dream about being He-Man. Have you Googling new pants again? Hey, Ezra, what did you miss? Not much. We got Seto kind of equipped, and we are currently here in the crater. We're going to check some of these ruins before we head back towards home. They kind of have like turtle shells a little bit. All right, Seto, rip laser dog. Yes, rip laser dog. Nerve-wracking, such good experience, but if things go wrong, yeah, it's true. I would like to explore gut at some point, so this is definitely a bit of a reality check for like where do we stand against the smaller groups of beak things right now. And they saw us from a distance, huh? Pain in the ass beak things need exterminating. Did Seto inherit Laser Dog's head pats and the spot on the floor to sleep? I feel like that might be demeaning to a Shek. Well, no. I feel like they would want to sleep on the floor, but they definitely don't want the head pats. I want to say they run 27 too. They run fast. I want to say they run like 32 or 34. I'll check the next time I see one running. I have a feeling this is where Beep loses a leg. Or an arm. It could be an arm. Is Beep the single most injured member since joining? Because you feel like the dismemberment is a theme at this point. Beep has super flimsy limbs, and I don't know if there's something with his character where he takes excess limb damage, or if it's just a coincidence, but his limbs are always really damaged. Yeah, 33 miles an hour. Beak Thing AoE is the problem. Exactly. And I feel like there's not a lot you can do about the Beak Thing AoE damage. What was your original character's name? Brecht or something? Is he still alive? Yes, Brecht is back at home. Brecht is our master swordsmith. And speaking of, while we... Okay, this building is still not done. Great. What are you doing, Double? Engineering? Okay. Oh, probably fixing the fence. We had somebody try to break in. Yeah, Brecht makes, like, master quality weapons, so we are building Brecht a new weapons workshop. Brecht just sits around sword making and telling the newbies about how easy they have it now. I don't know if there's any reason to really get closer. We might as well just mark it off on the map. So that way I can look at the map later and reference that I have seen this place, but... Okay, so what we wanted to do... We're kind of double tasking here. Fulong Cool, welcome in. Oh, we built this one out first. Okay. Problem with fighting beak things in vanilla is the 1v1, they hit harder than your characters can. Anytime that I have fought beak things one-on-one with decently experienced people, it's gone well. The problem is when you fight them in a group, they have this AoE attack. When you're fighting one-on-one, your people can block the attack. When you're fighting in a group, they get hit with the AoE, and there's nothing they can do to block it. So they're actually more dangerous to fight in a group. When Brecht was your only party member, was it game over if he died? Yes, I believe so. I don't know because I've never actually lost this game completely. What happens if he dies now? If he dies now, he dies now. It's just the rest of the party can continue. So it's not like it'll stop my game. You know, I won't get a game over. Beak thing nest up here. Of course there is. I just want to tag this thing on the map. I'm frankly surprised I'm not already close enough to it to do that. Empty lab, you don't say. All right, let's check. We want to go this way now. Won't stop you wanting a shirt of Rex thumbnail photo on it. Attack slots is the difference? What do you mean by that? Is that attacking us? No, it's just running away. Oh, you all, don't listen to me if I'm giving you orders. Okay, yeah. How did Kang get so separated from the group? All right, let's see here. Kang's gonna fight this one. One-on-one. IRL, 5 people attacking one beak thing would go different. Probably, but yeah, in the game they have an AoE attack that will damage all 5 people, and there's no way they can block it, which sucks. See, look at Kang fighting it one-on-one. Flawless. Okay, it got back up. So, Photo got separated in a way that I really don't like. One v one with Beak Thing is not bad once attack defense toughness are around 50, proper heavy armor and hard hitting weapon. Kang didn't even get hit. Yeah, honestly, I've had them do it at like 30 skills instead of 50. If only you had looted the meat faster, it wouldn't have gotten back up. True. Yeah, Brian, I wish there was a way in the combat system to delegate attack rolls like that, where you could have one person take the aggro and block and mitigate that AoE. As far as I know, it doesn't work like that. I've been told the taunt function is broken. This crater is surprisingly empty of points of interest. Why are they chasing the beak things down? Made a base in the Foglands. It's actually pretty nice once you get the turrets down. Getting worn out already, so getting ready to crawl into bed. Yeah, rest up, Maiko. You're still recovering. Take your time. Wife and you gonna pick daughter up from work. Have a safe trip. Wow, these were some of the most disappointing ruin encounters I have seen in a long time. I absolutely could have skipped on these and had no detriment at all, but my curiosity at having marked unsearched ruins on the map would not have left me alone. Let's head out this way and see if we flag any more ruins on the way out of the crater. Oh, that's a whole nest, isn't it? It is indeed a whole nest. We sort of got a look and didn't see any ruins, so we're going to bypass the nest. We're going to go out this way. Why are they ignoring me? Alright, I guess we're fighting the nest. We're definitely getting a little on the beat up side. Well, looks like we cleared out the nest. We might as well, take the loot. We're not gathering the materials, just not interested. Yeah, although I am gonna grab the eggs, but leather would be some great coats. I think I have a full barrel of leather. Was trying to join a WoW guild tonight, and they were like asking you interview type questions, and then they stopped responding at a certain point. Gut tells you don't think you're getting in. Oh, that sucks. Sounds like they take it pretty seriously. Can't pick that up. Big thing, eggs are so big and so profitable. They're nice, but honestly, at this point in the game, the amount that they sell for doesn't excite me all that much. I could pretty easily whip up some hashish or some chainmail. Discovered ruin. Okay, I had a feeling we might grab one on the way out. Classic WoW is kind of like a conglomerate of dads who are trying to take control of at least one aspect of their life. You're going to be all professional about it. They probably shouldn't walk away mid-interview like that. Yeah, that's very true. Was it like a hardcore guild or something? Double down, make some hashish armor. It's great against flamethrower enemies because when you go up in flames, everybody loses their mind. Make masterwork armor, have top tier weapons, very little to buy. Yeah, exactly. Hard to chat in Twitch. Sometimes it was meant as a funny story, though. But yeah, it was a semi-hardcore guild. I see. I don't know. I've heard people take hardcore WoW seriously. Another empty lab. All right, we got Twitch ads. I do believe I'm going to take a real quick little restroom break. We'll let most of these ads go by for anybody who's not subscribed. And then I'll be back in just a moment. And I think we're going to head on home and prepare for... Wait. The game was still running? What is happening? Why was the game still running while it was paused? Why won't it pause? I could have come back and found everybody dead. That was really weird. I've never seen that happen before. I'm a little nervous to leave it, but I'm I'm gonna make this trip quick. I'll be right back. That was bizarre, but I'm back now. Kenshi said pause is optional now. It's a good thing I noticed too. I paused it and then I saw Beep's character
In a
symbol
hole in the ground there lived
light
a
up.
hobbit. Not a nasty, dirty, wet hole, filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort. Howdy ad, chat.
Hello, Ronan. Hope you're well. All right, I guess we stop by the way station and then make our way back home this way. Although I'm tempted to keep adventuring. Let's make a pit stop at home and see about updating all our weapons and everything. Very well, good to hear. Alright, so I want to get... Double still hasn't finished this building. I hope she's working on it. Yeah, she's doing engineering. Okay. That's going to be Breck's new workshop. A big fan of The Hobbit, I noticed. It's a formative part of your childhood. All right, to the way station. You were obsessed with the movies but never read the books? For The Hobbit specifically, or for the whole Lord of the Rings series? Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. I'll be honest, the Lord of the Rings books, I loved reading The Hobbit as a kid, but the Lord of the Rings books were very dense to read. They did not flow as easily to me as The Hobbit did. Consequently, I never finished them. Ooh, Ice is unconscious. See if we can make it out of here with minimal further beak thing contact. Or immediately run into another. You know, whichever the game prefers. Somebody did pick up ice, right? Yeah, Kang. Kang has ice. Who's limping? Inu? Why is Inu limping? Inu's legs are fine. Weird. Seto needs that arm splinted. Yeah, I was never really that big a Kingdom Hearts fan, honestly. I played a little growing up, but I don't know, the games never really captured me the way they did other people. I'm also not a big Disney fan, so it's not like it's got a major appeal to me right off the bat. We might see if this way station up here has some beds to rest in. I don't anticipate as much danger on the way back, but it's possible. You was the Final Fantasy characters who drew you in. Yeah, see, I never played a Final Fantasy game either. Discovered ruin. Can I see the ruin from here? Ancient Citadel ruin. I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but let's try to poke our heads in. Or at least get close enough we can survey it. Kian, is it Nino Kuni? I'm a chill dude. Thanks, I try. I only know how to be who I am. Let's see if we can get up. Here? First Nino Kuni is really good, one of your favorite RPGs ever. I was hugely into the Dark Cloud series growing up, so I wanted to try Nino Kuni because it was developed by Level 5, I think, who made the Dark Cloud games. I don't know, I played a little of Nino Kuni and didn't get into it, but it was many years ago. I say many years ago. It was like 13 years ago now. Or no, maybe Nino Kuni wasn't level 5. Maybe it is. But White Knight Chronicles is the one that I actually tried, not Nino Kuni. 1 to 2 hours away from 100% Far Cry 6, then you return to Kenshi, maxing your squad size before having decent food production. Base halted your progress. Yeah, that'll happen. I've been there. Nino Kuni is level 5. Okay, yeah. So that was why I really wanted to try it at first. Because I always wanted another Dark Cloud game. Oh man, the Raptors... the Raptors are actually putting up a fight here. I don't know why we decided to suddenly aggro. That is not what I would have done. I definitely would have let the Raptors fight it out. So much culture you haven't even scratched the surface of. I mean, there's whole generations of games where if you didn't have the specific console, you just never got to see the game. And they have not stopped making new games to play in the meantime, to say nothing of music and movies and books and plays and visual arts. Okay, that's another destroyed ruin. We have no reason to be here. Oh, wait. That is also a destroyed ruin. Okay. Not worth it. Let's continue on to the way station. The raptor noises are so funny. I would love to see video of the people who did the voice acting for the raptors in the studio. Need one of those little knowledge capsules, like a Matrix type thing, where you just download the knowledge. Damn, that's a ton of beak things. I guess the only way out is through. It's funny the disparity we have between our top, like, 7 people and everybody else. Some people end up absolutely wiped in some of these fights, and then some people basically never seem to take a hit. Let's see if we can make it to this way station and rest up. There are more beak things on the way. I guess this is good toughness training for everybody. Seto's already at 30 toughness. Independent of toughness, it tends to relate to toughness, but not entirely. Like, burn hardly ever seems to get damaged. But Burn's toughness is only in the 40s. Wow, that's a long series. Oh, did we forget to kill one? Yeah, I think we did. Getting flashbacks to your brain melting when you learn toughness, strength, hardness, etc. are all totally different in material science. Yeah, and you know, like, sheer strength is different than tensile strength and all sorts of stuff. Nobody's gonna go grab Wee. Oh, Wee's back up. Okay. Honestly, this has been really good training. Still want to make it to this way station, though. I'm starting to get a little nervous about the squad condition. I think we'll get some beds for the worst among us. And while we're doing that, we'll take the opportunity to direct our builders back at home. I want to have the new weapon workshop up and running in time for when we get back with all this research. Have I made my own robot limbs before? No. I need to get some ancient or some more AI cores to really get up to spec on the good robot limbs, but I definitely want to set up a production facility for that. I kind of wonder if I should get to a point where all of my people carry their own chosen replacement limbs into battle. Because right now I have 2 people that just carry like a bag of limbs, and we just have some on hand to replace stuff. But imagine if I got to the point where I could say, okay, you are going to have these specific limbs if you lose yours, and you carry your 4 limbs with you to be used on you if you go down and lose a limb. It's metal as fuck. It is a lot of inventory space, though. That's the only thing about it, but it might be worth it. It's pretty cool from a storytelling perspective, too. Imagine a group of badass bounty hunters that goes out with their own cybernetic replacement limbs already fitted to them and ready to pop on in the middle of combat. I think there's something pretty cool about that. They'd tell stories about the one guy who got to have all 4 of his limbs installed on one mission. Did you hear what they found in the Bugmaster's lair? A chest full of teeth. Human teeth. So the person that caught him replaced his treasure with teeth? Well, it was the only chest in his tower and the treasure was gone. Go figure. Takes a psycho to kill a psycho, I suppose. What's your job? Oh, I'm the bag of limbs guy. I mean, they're the medic, so that kind of tracks. All right, we got some people resting up. Let's check on the base. Doubles back on the turrets. Imagine the lore would include something about the limbs being strapped onto their packs in such a way that they clank around menacingly, or the opposite, how they have to take careful attention to strap their legs in a way that they don't rattle and give away their position. All right, Double, why don't you come over here so I can take a look inside? Okay, so what we want to build to a weaponsmith. Place that in the corner as it is in the other one. Had a pack bull carrying limbs. Unfortunately, they were all... What was that weird shadow? They were all right arms or legs, and it only lost left ones. Another unique Kenshi moment. We want a hemp auto loom. Let's do a crossbow crafting bench. Put an arrow making bench over here. Or maybe along here. I don't think we'll need a copper alloy bench, but let's go ahead and invest in one just in case. And then as far as storage, we need some hemp storage. We need some fabric chests. We need... Are there guns in Kenshi? Just crossbows, as far as I know. Need a lot of weapon cabinets. So let's do... One, two. We'll put some more along this back wall here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Bolt box. Crossbow locker. I think that's all we need for weapon making. Let's get a steel bar storage outside. 2, why not? Oh, and let's get a storage for copper alloys. That should be good for now. And some lights. Lots of lights. All right, we'll have double get at it. Bash the Stampede could absolutely be a rando in Kenshi. Yeah, I haven't seen Trigun in a long time, but you're right. Why is double going... Here, I'll help. You're not turret guarding. Why are you now ditching resources? Okay, you're gonna go engineer. Alright, that's what we wanted. We need to check everybody's weapons, too. They've got some decent ones. We have steel bars for days. You know what? While we're at the building, just because, let's go ahead and add some spotlights here. Alright, that should take them a little bit to do. Steel bars for days must be a metallurgist rapper. Apparently we've just been letting this hemp rot in the fields because we produced so much. We haven't even had anywhere to store it or anything to do with it. We have actually overproduced as a society here. And then the plan is we'll do a similar setup for this building here. This will be robotics and electronics and maybe medical. And then this will be just the armor building. So we'll free up a little bit of space in here because this building has had everything crammed into it for too long. Yes, look at the engine of industry go. And the great thing is when I am ready to make a new base to take on the Ashlands, what I can do is I can take iron plates, building material, and steel bars. And I can set up a new ore drill, automated ore drill, and a new hybrid stone mine. And we can start pumping out those very same things in the new location. Let's see how the errand squad is doing. $73 times that's been redeemed. I can't believe it's been that long since I added that redemption. Alright, we're almost all healed up. We'll let Seto get just a little more rested. And then we'll plan the return trip. New location, why am I moving? Because I read in the Tech Hunter's manual that if I want to do Ashlands expeditions, I should set up an outpost somewhere just outside the Ashlands. So this is not a right now sort of thing, but it's like an end game sort of thing. We want to have an autonomous outpost somewhere in this part of the map so we can make expeditions into the Ashlands. Exciting future plans. Yeah, that's some of my end game. I think my end game is search every lab I can find on the map, fully explore the Ashlands, and then war with the Holy Nation. Wait, is that a side effect of this redeem? I've heard if you're particularly stressed, yes, you may dream of losing teeth. That sounds like several end games. Hey, you know, if if I have a lot more time to go on this game, I'm happy about it. I want to aim high and see what I can do in this playthrough, and if we don't achieve it, then we just know where to aim the next time we shoot. All right. Let's get the errand squad coming home. I think that's where we'll go. Can they pathfind to here if I send them? Wait, why are some people so far ahead? Everybody should be on run together. There we go. That's what I like to see. I might want to test out the hydroponics in Shem too, just so I have an idea how they work before I try to grow food in a more austere environment. Need some streamer hydroponics up in here. I get what you're saying, but how cool would it be if there was a hydroponic streamer or aquaponic streamer? You get to watch their vegetables grow and like their fish swim around in their tanks 24/7. If there's one like that, let me know. Best you can offer is shrimp rave, and they were only on TikTok. Well, we have a moment here. This is your reminder. If you're enjoying the stream, particularly on YouTube, please consider giving it a follow or a like. That does tell YouTube that this is a pretty cool stream and more people should get the chance to see it. And if you're not subscribed already, I am on the path to partner. I have a whole series about how I started Kenshi Blind, so you can see from my very first episode, edited down for your convenience, how I went into Kenshi knowing nothing and how the world revealed itself to me. That's my plug time. Thank you for your patience. And Maiko, thank you for pulling that up for the people on Twitch. Hey, it's Swamp Turtles. Check them out. Love these little guys. They look like they're round kind of ravioli. Who are we fighting? A single swamp ninja. Poor guy never stood a chance. I don't like that our archers separated that way. Oh, we could get several of our party members better limbs. That might be something we look into. Any news on Karma the Dark World? Saw it released on Steam. I did see that. No, because I didn't get exactly great communication when I reached out. The answer I got was that they were looking for, console testers. Then it was like, but if you're interested in covering the full release, put in an application here. And it was some website that I've never heard of that you had to make an account to do anything through. So I don't know. I didn't end up going through that process. I may still end up checking out the game though. On console, you say? Yes, on console. Just gonna look into it, but it'll probably scare the crap out of you alone. I get that. All right, on we go. Now, I want to say... So, Rain has a left arm. What do we have for left arms? Got this one that does plus 20 strength. Now, it says they're inherently slow. But what it doesn't say is that it lowers dexterity or attack speed. I say we try it out. Yeah, look at that. Rain's now getting a plus 20% strength bonus. That's got to be huge with that heavy weapon. We'll keep a close eye on Rain specifically in combat and see if it seems like her weapon use has slowed down. Oh, and... somebody else had a limb that I thought we could replace with a better one. Inu has a right leg. A standard skeleton right leg. What do we have? We've got a specialist skeleton right leg. Yeah, that's all we have for that. We might as well give out the best ones that we have, be equipped with the best ones possible, and then we can, you know, just hold on to the spare ones. Amazing that they've reached the technology of automail, but not guns. Wait, what do you mean? I know there's a clever pun in there, or joke, but I'm not quite picking up on it yet. This a nest? This is a beak thing nest. It wouldn't be our first. I don't know, Rain seems to be doing just fine. Reference to the prosthetic limbs, Full Metal Alchemist. I tried to watch Full Metal Alchemist, and I did not vibe with it, so I didn't get very far. And so I survive another day, and so you do. Got into Brotherhood and never finished it, but it was alright. What's Photo got for a right leg? A masterwork skeleton. Okay. First few episodes are honestly a little meh. You happen to pick it up partway through when there is a little momentum. Okay, I see. Yeah, I don't know. There's some anime that I like, but I guess I'm picky about it. I don't watch a ton of them. They have to strike a certain chord with me. Perhaps the same secret chord that David played and pleased the Lord. When they strike that chord, I enjoy them. What, was it that bad? I thought we were fans of music here. It's gonna be a nice, fancy new weapon workshop when we get back. Look at these little floaters in the wind. They're pretty cool. Leonard Cohen version does hit, though. You know, I've got to check that one out again because I didn't really appreciate that one when I was younger. I was all about the Jeff Buckley version. Okay, Beanhop, you have fun up there. And the Katie Lang version is supposed to be really good, too. You're allowed back in chat even though you really dislike that song? Of course you are. Because you know how often we throw people out for having differing opinions is all the time, right? The one thing I always say here, if you don't think the same thing as the group, well, you don't think at all. It's funny, I was in JT's stream earlier, and somebody said an opinion about, I think it was about Fallout 76, and clearly stated it was their own opinion. And JT has an opinion alert button that goes off with a big opinion warning and everything. That was a nice little touch to stream that I was not expecting. Get that spider. Get that spider. Yeah, there we go. I wonder if they're smart enough to make their way home from here. Homeward Bound 6. Kenshi, were there 5 Homeward Bound movies? It seems like they kind of got stuck part way. You have zero clue. Homeward Bound was the one with the talking animals that got lost, right? I keep being tempted to put Brecht on weapon making, but then I remember I have these AI cores that I want to go and increase our weapon tech skill before I put him on that, so I can't have him go ahead and start pumping out the weapons. Shadow, Chance, and Sassy. There's the pets' names in Homeward Bound. All right, now just to make it back home. Okay, they can't do that. I'll Shadow the Golden Retriever, Chance the Shelter Mutt, and Sassy the Himalayan Cat. I briefly had a puppy named Shadow when I was a child. I named it after Shadow the Hedgehog. It was a black lab pup. This is when Shadow was new on scene, of course. The edgy new cool guy in town. All right. Who has all of our research? Is it Beanhop? Beanhop certainly got a lot of it. Black Lab named Spirit. Good name. And then Truth as well has some. Look at all these ancient science books. Oh, we got dust bandits at the door. Look, they're trying to hit double and doing no damage through the wall. Bark, why aren't you shooting? This is one of the most bizarre exchanges I've seen. Look how unbothered my people are. Okay, now we got hungry bandits coming by. I wonder what Bark's turret skill is at this point. 82 with a perception of 94. 88% accuracy. Bark is still aggroed on somebody, which means one of these people on the ground is not quite dead yet. All right, we got ads on Twitch. I'm going to go ahead and play through this one. We're just doing some organizing and such. we have so many ancient science books. All right, we're going to research the new grade of weaponry, the edge walkers, not the edge runners. We had to edge walk before we could edge run, so Cyberpunk, say thank you. And I genuinely think that's all we can research. We'll start with the Edgewalkers, though, and Zim is on the job to do the research. Wow, it's kind of ticking up pretty fast. Let's grab double and... First of all, where is Brecht? We're going to get all these jobs off of Brecht. And get him to come in here and set these jobs up. What is Brecht's speed right now? 21. Oh, because he's encumbered. What's in his inventory? Ah. Actually, I don't know what's encumbering him right now. Nothing all that heavy. Total weight, 97? Oh, I guess these short cleavers are 16 each, and the spiked club is 20. Brecht always has a weird assortment of weapons because of his job tasking, the way it goes putting weapons away. So we're going to say, let's haul to the auto loom and then to the fabric chest. Let's get bombing him, hauling to this one, because I think right now he's having to run all the way over there. So if we have them haul to that one, then he won't have to. Yep, okay. We have our fabrics there. Ark's still keeping us safe. Weaponsmith. Hauling to weapon cabinet. Oh, that was the copper alloy bench. We can leave that, but we'll set it to a different priority. Arrow making bench. Hauling to bolt box. All right, that should be pretty set up that the second we hit go, Brecht is gonna start. What is Brecht doing now? He's still grabbing hemp from the other one. I don't know why he's grabbing hemp from over there when we have hemp in this barrel. Good night, Brian. Good to have you. It's an odd thing to do since we have hemp available right here. All right, edgewalkers have been researched. So, let's craft. Let's have double dismantle this one in here. Hey, Scanlan, I'm doing all right. I hope you're well. All right, so that's dismantled. And we're doing that to basically save room. Hey, Daryl, what's up? Hope you're doing well. All right, weaponsmith. Let's do a couple of... So what does it take to make plank edge type 1? Fabrics and steel bars, that's it? Okay. It weighs 50 kilograms. I had no idea. Yeah, I'm doing all right. So, Scanlan's still playing Death Stranding, going slow but loving it so far. That's a great game. I hope you continue to have fun with that. So let's make a handful of these plank edge type 1s. I wonder what a good secondary weapon would be. I know the short cleavers are pretty cool. Gonna love your news. What's up, Daryl? Short cleavers are cool for secondary weapons. Remember correctly, Death Stranding was what I was playing when you first found stream. Yeah, I think that is when you joined. You have a PC? Very nice. Congratulations. Let's make one more plank edge type 1. Let's make a handful of desert sabers. And let's make a bunch of short cleavers. And whatever the adventure squad doesn't use, the people at the base can use. Let's see, do we have any masterwork grade stuff for Seto? We have an armored hood here. Let's go ahead and have Seto come grab that. I wish there was a convenient trash option. You know what? Honestly, Seto could maybe use the samurai leg plates. Athletics effect, so that's like losing 6%. So that's like losing 1 athletics at the speed she's at now. That may be worth it. I don't have anybody using this heavy of armor, but it may be worth it in the long run. Who's getting in a fight? Is it Bark again? Convenient trash option was your nickname in your 20s. Did you eat a lot of Taco Bell? Is that why? I think we will keep, I think we will keep the martial artist bindings on for Seto because that has a 5% attack damage multiplier. Why the Taco Bell shade? Because funny. To Windows 11 and have pictures sent in Discord about XCOM 2 with Hellhound gear. Very nice, Daryl. Congrats on getting yourself a PC. Let's see if we can craft ourselves a... Let's do 2 white plate jackets and see if Saint comes up with a masterwork grade. What is Saint doing? Getting stuck. It's completely unchill, but now that you think of it, yeah, you were kind of having a lot of breakfast crunch wraps at the time. Ooh, look at that. It's an edge type 2 plank. Oh, we want some long cleavers. That's the other one we want. Kang is going to go from a Mark II to an Edge Type 2. That's a big upgrade. No, hate on Taco Bell, just cannot eat there. First time you ever did, got so sick. That was 20 plus years ago and you can't get over it. I definitely understand that kind of association. Maybe little to a lot late or don't know, but have I beaten Resident Evil 5? Yes, I played Resident Evil 5. It might have been about 2 years ago at this point. It was a while ago, no doubt. Okay, I tell you what, if Scratch isn't doing anything, Scratch's last job can be to fill the auto loom and haul the fabric. Was it fun? It was a lot of fun. I did it co-op, so me and Commercial played Resident Evil 5 together on stream. Too early for a YouTube VOD? Yes. I've been thinking about, the things I would do differently if I started streaming over again, and being sure to save all my VODs from an early time is one of the changes I would make. All right, now if we look at our crafting, when it comes to robotics, hinge, press, motor. These take iron plates and electrical components. Skeleton muscle. Okay, I think I'm on board with that. Can't even save VODs from mobile, or at least not share them, like, from your own page, as far as you can tell. If you can get into your creator dashboard, you may be able to export them to YouTube from mobile. I'm not sure. Gonna get double in here, and we're going to... Nice was just wondering if we could play Resident Evil 5 for fun. I don't generally have a lot of time for playing games with people off stream. If that's ever an option, I will definitely let people know in the Discord. Or something like that. That way we all know it's coming up, and anybody who wants a chance to play will get it. Hey, Frankie was here. What's up, Frankie? I think I recognize that name. Frankie may have been here a time or two before. Frankie will deny it, but I just gotta say real quick, if you like Kenshi, go check out Frankie Was Here, who knows possibly everything there is to know about the game, -1, because there's always one more thing to learn. How many hours I've got in Kenshi now, asking for science? About 195, I think. Thank you for shouting out, Frankie. Raiders, welcome on in. I am Ad Noctum. I'm playing Kenshi for the first time blind on Twitch and YouTube. I'm turning it into a video series, which you can see on YouTube. And I have now 40 VODs worth of my first blind playthrough where I have tackled this game with no prior knowledge, not allowed my chat to help me, anything like that. We are now at the point where I am at the highest tech level. We are making Edgewalker weapons, and we have just turned in the Bugmaster and made our ultimate alliance with the Shek Kingdom. So well past the most frustrating dip where you spend 40 hours with no clue what you're doing. Yeah, we've been here for a moment now. Did I see that you fought the Bugmaster? Yes, we tackled the Bugmaster. Monkey Zone recommend Dark UI mod even for first playthroughs. I hate to break your heart. I can't stand the Dark UI mod. Anytime I see it, like... I've seen other people, like, screenshots have it. It just does not look good to me. I'm going to stick with the beige. But welcome in. Frankie, if you'd like to talk about your run or anything you got going on right now, please feel free to. Also, if you got to get on out of here, if you've got a dip, no worries whatsoever. I know you have a human mouth to feed. I know you have a dog that may require your attention, so... no worries whatsoever. Like I said, check out both my Twitch people and my YouTube people. Frankie is on both platforms, and definitely worth checking out if you're a Kenshi fan. All of the UI mods you've seen for this are flat. Hate losing the texture that Lo-Fi gave it. Maybe that's it. I have not looked too closely because, like I said, I've not watched other people play this. I've only seen, like in a Discord I'm in, someone will post a picture or whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. I vibe with the original UI. I like it. So right now, we're starting to invest in robotic production. You'll show one thing. You made a new guide on YouTube today. It's under 2 minutes. Teaches people how to lazily, cheaply, and safely level up crossbows, turrets, and perception with, like, no real setup needed. That's it. Hey, Kenshi fans, If you want to learn more about the game and its deep systems and the way you can grow faster, stronger, more effectively, check out Frankie's guides, including the new one on crossbows, turrets, and perceptions. All right, let's see what we have here for... I've never attempted to make robotics stuff before. So I think what we need... I want to try to have all the production localized in the building. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to store copper outside. I don't think I have anybody mining copper right now, but we can remedy that. Oh, very nice, Daryl. Well, happy early birthday. Yeah, of course, Frankie. Thanks for being such a big supporter of what we have going on over here. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a electrical workbench. Pop it over here. I'm gonna put a copper alloy bench down. I haven't quite figured out what the copper alloy is for. I will one of these days, but for now it's 4 iron plates to build it. I have that in spades. That's a good spot for a robotics bench. This might nestle neatly into this corner here. How big is my squad? I am maxed out. I have, so I'm playing vanilla. I'm playing with no mods other than compressed textures and maybe some other stability mod. I don't remember. So I'm capped out at the 30 members. The last person I got was Seto. We'll do a skeleton limb bench over here. So the way the workflow should go, our storage should be electricals. Turning 31 yourself. We are very close in age, Frankie. I will be 30 in an undisclosed month this year. And then storage for... I wonder how this works. I assume robotics is for robotics and skeleton parts. I assume it serves both of these types of workstations. We will find out if that's true. I don't know where I store finished limbs. Oh, and I also said I would do a... medical workbench. Which I believe needs fabrics. So we'll do a hemp auto loom. We're running out of space already. This floor plan is, well, you could always use more space once you start really looking at it. Doubt you'd see a teen these days play this for more than 30 minutes. I mean, it's definitely not the norm in gaming, but you never know. There's definitely people out there that would do it. I do think it helps growing up with some of the games that require more patience and more figuring stuff out on your own. There's something to be said for modern game design holding your hand more a lot lately, and I definitely enjoy that this game does not do that. Let's hope I've not blocked my access there, and then we'll do some meta crates over here. That should give us some room to expand if we need it. You see yellow paint in Kenshi 2, you'll be so tilted. At this point, I'll be surprised if Kenshi 2 even has a fully functioning tutorial system, because Kenshi 1 sure does not. Okay, let's go ahead and build all that. We have another edge type 2 plank. Who do we want to upgrade to that? You have a joke for me? What's up, Daryl? That's edge type 1. Let's see who can make a large leap. Honestly, I may just have Seto grab it, and then we do, we cancel the rest of the plank orders and make long cleavers, maybe. I think Seto's going to be behind the ball using this, since it's 36 kilograms to start. But it will raise her strength. Plank for the win. Love you a good plank. You probably know by now I'm a very vibes-based gamer for this playthrough. And so my vibe says to have a little bit of a mix going on. So I've got some long cleavers, I've got some falling suns, a couple of various Meito weapons that we've found, and then I've got some saber users. And I guess a horse chopper, because we also found a Meito horse chopper. What is the last letter of ABC? Well, I believe... I don't know, that's a thinker. Gonna go with C, but don't quote me on it. So Seto should be pretty geared up. Oh, yeah, when we need to check with Saint and see if Saint made the higher quality plate jacket. I would love to see a masterwork. $24. Hey, Frankie, you know what's funnier than 24? 25. Thank you, thank you. This is why people come to stream. Yeah, let's craft a couple more of these white plate jackets until I see some masterworks. We may have a couple people who still need a masterwork. Yeah, Rain could use one. Yeah, we do. Specialist grade is cool and all, but as long as we're just sitting around waiting for people to manufacture stuff, let's pump these out and see if we can hit those critical rolls. Gonna give Maple Baby some attention and make some food. Glad to see so many people still alive. Hey, thanks for the raid, Frankie. Enjoy your food and your time with loved ones. And we'll see you around again. Appreciate you. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Daryl, I swear if you hit me with a CD's nuts, I'm gonna do nothing about it, but I'm gonna let you know how I feel about it. Who is my favorite squad member? That's so hard to answer. because Brecht is the guy I started the run with, and Brecht should have been dead several times over, and is just kind of iconic. He's mostly retired as a swordsmith now. There's Bombingham, who was Brecht's second-hand man. He's retired as a farmer now, but he's a badass. I think in my current adventuring squad, I don't know, we have some really cool people. I kind of lean towards Truth.
Did I
No,
hear
it's-
that right? You're about to tell us how you feel about these nuts?
Yes, I'm about to tell you how I feel when I get hit with the CD's nuts. I tell you, it's not pleasant. I have so many ancient science books. Oh, advanced battery capacity 6. Throw it on the pile. Let's go. Speaking of which, a shameless balls plug. I will probably start to plug the balls when I get the video back. That's right, I taste tested Balls. Balls Guarana energy drink, as made famous in Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, where it replaced Nuka-Cola. And that video is with my editor right now. Alright, that's an Edge Type 2 Long Cleaver. Let's see who we can upgrade the most with that. Here we go. Joke is like, what is the last letter of ABC? And I said Z? Oh, the last letter of the alphabet. Okay, you said ABC. So I thought the last letter of ABC was C. And then you asked for the last letter of add, which is D. Which is why I thought CD, which is why I thought you were going to hit me with a CD's nuts. Who could use a Desert Saber Type 2? Wing Wing. Yeah, Wing Wing could use one. We've not gotten lucky with any of these rolls to get the masterwork grade. I wonder if I've gotten a little bit spoiled by RNG previously. Oh, they put away a bunch of stuff in storage. That's not ideal. We'll have to make sure we grab those out before we come back. So this is the robotics bench. Yep, we know about that stuff. Skeleton limb bench. Okay. Right now, all we can make are economy arms and legs. So that's where we've got to find some more AI cores. Breck's gonna be a while yet making all these weapons, so maybe we do get everybody to go back out. Why does Burn have a small backpack? I wonder if there's any kind of quick training or adventure we could go on while we wait for some of these weapons to be made. Because eventually what I want to do is I want to check out Stobe's Gamble. I want to get to some of these labs and outposts. I want to... oh, we need to get back to this island over here. And then our new prime goal is... I'm kind of tempted to go back to Morn and open up the Citadel at Morn and see what is inside that's locked away. And then, of course, we want to check out the Southern Hive, and I want to explore this area of the map. We're not going to go into the Ashlands yet, but that is our ultimate goal. You said we were going to declare war. I said that's endgame. So, yes, we definitely will be doing that. I don't think that's our very next thing to do. How well is the farming working there, or do I just buy food? The farming is working so well that stuff just goes to waste. We just have a full barrel of food items. Is Morin a quick side thing to do because you like the sound of it? I would assume so, but they made it sound like something terrible is locked away there, and I don't know what it is, so it's anybody's guess what that adventure actually entails. There's hungry bandits starving to death, and you got stuff rotting all over. Yeah, we have stuff just sitting in the fields, output full, because we've harvested so much of it. The only thing we don't stay 100% ahead of is bread. Which I assume we probably would. I assume that's probably the thing that throttles our food production after storage is bread production. Wouldn't have thought farming here would be great, but hadn't thought about cactus. You've never actually grown cactus. It was a bit of a fight. I would say there were a couple in-game weeks where I was having to supplement with food from the way stations and such because cactus and wheat straw is really slow to get started. You've got to hit an inflection point, and you've got to have enough plots that are coming in on a rotating basis to keep everybody fed. But once you've got the system set up, we grow more than I can do anything with, and same for hemp. Speaking of... Masaru, what are you doing? Oh, you're making advanced first aid kits because we're full here. Interesting. So what I'm gonna do is... you know what? You can stay at that for now. We will optimize that process as we need it later. So you removed Hydrate Redeem? Yes, I did. All right, well, you know what? We might as well gather everybody. Did they put all their food away? We've still got a bunch of food. How are we on bolts? We've got a good amount of bolts. We'd probably want to stock back up before a huge adventure. People have medicine and splints. Burn's got a bunch of bedrolls. Let's find some adventure. Hey, Zartron, how you doing? Welcome in. When else imagine Ad as a respectable squad supervisor with a clipboard. Those are the vibes. Happened did I decide to remove it because of many hydrate redeems? I don't know, it just started to feel a little weird to me. Like, I don't necessarily need my basic bodily needs redeemed. And, I don't know, it was one of the things I removed to streamline the stream for videos and things like that. Long weekend taking care of mom, got released from hospital yesterday. Well, I'm glad she got released. I hope you continue to see improvement. I'm doing okay. You know, I'd been away for the last couple of weeks for COVID, and my fatigue has still taken a big hit. But I'm feeling better. I'm not feeling sick. I'm just feeling wiped out a lot of the time still. Check out the Tower of Abuse, maybe. Oh, thank you, Zartron. I'm sure they will. I just have a couple chronic conditions like chronic fatigue and stuff, and COVID is kind of notorious for flaring those things. So I'm hoping if I don't push my limits and I keep taking care of myself and getting adequate sleep and all that, that it starts to resolve and ease off a little bit. Make sure you get hydrate before you dehydrate. No, that's okay. I can take care of it myself, but thank you, Daryl. What does Seto have for a secondary weapon? Ooh, this is low damage versus robots. Okay. Now, of course, we're getting to Venge just as the sun comes back up and the Sky Lasers remake their appearance. You get sick and just drink liquid IV with an immunizer boost. I mean, the electrolytes and stuff are good for you. It's what plants crave, too. Late news, but your brother got engaged and had a baby. Very cool. Congrats to him. You know what? Maybe we check out Stobe's Gamble while the lasers are out. Send a picture in Discord if that's all right. I don't tend to like people sending pictures of other people's kids in Discord, even if it's a family member. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me, so I'd prefer you not post that. Congratulations to them. I don't like encouraging pictures of kids being shared on the internet when they're not old enough to know and understand and that sort of stuff. I don't know if that's weird of me. I don't know if that's a weird take, but like if somebody in the community had a kid, that's one thing because they could choose to do it, but I don't necessarily know, if the family member wants the kid's picture shared and that sort of stuff. We need to feed the AI gods. That wasn't even something I was thinking about, but yeah, there's all sorts of implications about it. All right, so we're gonna check out Stobe's Gamble. We do need Seto's strength to go up, but I think we're gonna get the experience to do that in time. Gonna lurk to eat your food. Enjoy your food. Thanks for hanging out with us. And congrats on the PC. It's the Mulan music for this. I don't think I've ever actually seen that movie. Farm trader on the way to my outpost. I'm at the point where I don't even, look up when the traders show at my outpost. Black Gorilla. Oh, and that one's got some stats. There's also a Leviathan over this way. My danger senses are tingling. Assume this isn't my first time seeing those late thingies. No. We've been all through Venge into Brink and Black Scratch and all that sort of stuff. If that's what you're talking about, those. So this is my first time actually poking into this biome. Obviously, we've seen that there's been Leviathans here. You kind of miss Laser Dog, I know. Trust me, that was one of the first times I was super tempted to change the vanilla experience and change the squad size so I could have Seto and Laser Dog. Yeah, Zartron, take your time. Okay, so we have Hive over there. Yeah, next time. Got some land bats. Is that the counterpart to the famous band, the Aquabats? So this isn't a Dark Souls game, so I'm guessing that's not a poison swamp, but an acid swamp. Discovered secret drug farm. I wonder who that belongs to. Could be boogers. So secret is on the map. I don't know if that wind is dangerous or not. Okay, over here, let's try something. Gonna do some science. We're gonna start with truth. Truth seems to be okay. Let's grab somebody in boots. Beanhop. Beanhop seems to be okay. Alright, anybody in sandals? Yes. Inu. Okay, so it's not like feet melty acid as far as I can tell. So that's good. Be honest, I'm not super interested in the secret drug farm. I mean, I'm definitely going to check it out, but I'm really more looking for labs and such. Melty acid, yeah, that describes what it'll do to you. Makes you all melty and liquid. Real acid is in the secret drug lab, yeah. Kind of seems as though a terrible tragedy has befallen this lab. I notice some of the buildings are destroyed. And the generators and battery banks are empty. It was a nasty rave that caused it. We're gonna go slow speed for this. We're gonna sneak as well. Okay, lots of hydroponic hemp. And hashish storage. Not seeing any people, though. I guess this is probably a decent place to come by for money, if you're low on money at this point in the game. We can process our own hemp, so I'm not super moved by it. Notice there's those iron trees again. Anytime I've seen those, beak things have been in the area, so I'll keep that in mind. How do you fail two 90% chances in a row? Carefully. By playing XCOM, I have heard that. Yeah, it seems like there's gonna be nobody in any of these. It's another mystery. Man not moved by free hemp. It is a sad, sad day, my friends. I am so high. My setting on the hedonic treadmill is so high that just nothing triggers it anymore. I come across loot, I'm like, eh. Come across free hemp, eh. Cats, eh. The only thing that makes me happy right now is AI cores. Hello, spider. And lore, yes. Yeah, maybe a Meito, yeah. If it's a really cool one. Skeleton companions if I have room for any, which I don't right now. If I lost somebody, I'd go and recruit Sad Neil. Oh, Maiko, I didn't even realize your joke about the low luck in the special roll. That's funny. All right, well, I guess let's see. Let's head kind of this way. So, guitar boy, know any tunes? I'm really more of a bassist. I've just gotten into the guitars more recently. I know riffs. I don't think there's a song I can play all the way through on guitar. Oh, wait, I can play Mirror of the Earth by Opeth. I can play that one all the way through. And I used to know some classical pieces from high school. I could still play Romanza and probably Minuet in D. I'm trying to learn more video game music. Maybe upload some videos of that. So I've been playing stuff from Silent Hill, Shin Megami Tensei, that sort of stuff. Land bats are kind of tanky. Oh yeah, they've got some pretty high limb condition. What game do I think has the best OSTs? It's hard to say. I love Silent Hill soundtracks. Love Shin Megami Tensei and Persona soundtracks. The Kenshi soundtrack is great. It has less playable songs if you're a guitar player, but it's a great soundtrack. And what else? Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain has an amazing soundtrack. And I've never played Risk of Rain, but the soundtrack is awesome. Random one, but Stray. Stray has a really good soundtrack. The Last of Us has a really cool one from a guitar playing perspective. Best Kenshi song is the one that blew out your ears. That song is literally the reason I don't have music on in Kenshi. Because no matter what you set it to, if you play it for 4 or 5 hours at a time like I do on stream, it just gets unbearable. Die humans exterminate. Skeleton bandits. You mean they're no skeleton? So these people think they're skeletons and they kill anybody who are humans? Interesting. They seem to have decent weapons. I'm going to call this Katoon Mark II level weapon, roughly. All right, let's see how this fight goes. First time seeing skeleton bandits? Yes. We just got shot in the arm for 70 damage. All right, let's see. Skeleton mask. Katoon number 2. Hey, guess who can identify weapon grades on site? Supposedly makes the wearer look a bit like a skeleton. Other than we being shot by friendly fire, I'd say we came out of that fight pretty well. Yeah, I want to stop at this crumbling lab. With this kind of animal roaming around, I'm glad that we have some falling suns in the group. Copper resource. That looks like a giant copper bowl of some kind. Maybe they were giant magnets? For an energy source, perhaps? I wonder if this is toxic gas. Guess we'll find out. If I'm reading the layout correctly, crumbling labs are gonna be like here. Amazing ion for Kenshi weapons. Thank you, Willow. Ooh, it's dark. We need some night vision goggles. Okay, we got Leviathans up in here. So, you know, just take care not to disturb them too much. Interesting thing about this area is there's so much movement on screen. I feel it would be difficult to immediately identify an enemy based on movement. It's like a bunch of land bats over there. Ooh, interesting. Looks like we might have to swim to that one. Now, interestingly enough, we don't have an option to research the next level of weaponsmithing. So I wonder how you get to that edge type 3, or if it's possible to produce those, or if you can only buy them. Or maybe there's like a super crit you have to hit that levels it up 2 scales, since I can get a critical and I can make a type 2. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm just spitballing here. Is that movement? King Gorillo. I knew I saw movement. What do we got here? Gorillo? Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty tough. What a coincidence. Yeah. So that one has 300 limb capability. Am I wrong to think we could probably do this? Oh, look at the dodge. The dodge skill is scary. %57 damage resistance. How does that compare? Who's got our highest toughness? 59. %11%. So there's a huge exponential curve on that. At least it seems that way. I feel like with all of us, we can get the King Gorillo. But I wonder if we can stage people outside and use the archers to open up some shots on it. Attack unprovoked. It's acting like it's not going to attack us. It's weird. What if this is where we find out that the King Gorillo is like sentient and capable of speech? Okay, here's what I think we're gonna do. Gonna get everybody over here. I think it said its run speed was 17. Gonna put you all in hold. I'm gonna have Truth run over here. It doesn't want to be aggroed. There we go. Oh, are we shooting at it? Is that what's happening? Are Ice and Photo shooting at it? I think so, yeah. Ice and Photo are taking shots at it. Gotta lurk for sleep, be chilling in a semi-conscious state for a bit before you pay your tax to the Bugmaster. Sounds good. Thanks for hanging out, Maiko. I hope you get some good rest. You know what? I wonder. Range 104 meters. Okay. Yeah, so Ice has the highest range bow he can have. Oh, where's it going? Purple, how you doing? Welcome in, Purple. Thank you for resubscribing for 15 months now. I appreciate you. Right? 15 months. Okay, now I want those two to back up, and I want the others to come forward, come off of hold, and we'll get Truth to come over here as well. Ice and Photo should keep running. Yeah, there we go. Now they can attack from a distance. Oh, I see now why the Falling Sun is so important. Because it's got so much armor that the plus 50% bonus damage from the Falling Sun really makes an impact. Hey, Kraz, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. This feels like fighting a raid boss in an MMO. Monster Hunter first game alpha. I don't know how we knocked it out. Oh, just by bleeding. That's really interesting. I've never fought something with so much limb health that we were able to knock it down from blood loss before we knocked it down from any of the limbs. Hey, Ronnie's consort, Brian. What's up, Brian? How was your stream? Let's get you a shout out. Brian, you were playing some Bloodborne. That's right. You're doing a casual run and practicing bosses for Bloodborne. Is that correct? please feel free to tell us a little bit about yourself, how your stream went today, what you were up to, anything like that. Raiders, welcome in. I think most of you know me, but if not, I'm Ad Noctum. I'm a variety streamer. I stream on YouTube and Twitch. We're live on both platforms right now. And I play a variety of games, single-player games, usually story-based, but challenge-based, survival-based, things like that as well. We are playing Kenshi, which is a very complex systems-based game with some really brutal survival mechanics. And it's my first time playing with no prior knowledge and no help, so we're just figuring it out, toughing it out one day at a time. Y'all, if you like the atmosphere here, you will enjoy it in Brian's streams. Brian is a chilled person to hang out with. Likes to play a variety of games, some story-based games and RPGs, but a lot of Souls-likes and challenge runs for Souls games. So if that's your thing, definitely consider checking him out. Maybe drop him a follow. Just practicing for possible future challenge runs. Got your 2 favorite Soulsborne bosses today, so that was fun. Very cool. You put in the work, and you do a great job at those challenges. This is what we are dealing with today. Never seen one of their faces up close. Look at all the arrows in its arm and everything. This was quite a feat to take down, but I'm glad we tackled it. Now we get to access this lab and see what's in there. I'm assuming more gorillos, but also hopefully some ancient scientific knowledge that is the primary treasure we are after today. So let's check it out. Brian, if you'd like to hang with us, you are more than welcome. But if you need to head out, if you need to raid and run, if you got to get off Twitch, go prepare for other things, no worries whatsoever. Don't feel like you have to stick around and chat with us or anything like that. Willow going lurk mode. Oh, it's acid water. It is acid water. Okay. So that means skeletons and hivers. Get your GF to drink an enormous beer and watch a movie. Wish you luck. Thanks for stream. Enjoy. That sounds like a good time. Gonna grab a snack and probably mostly lurk, but be around sounds good. Hi, Katri. Hope you're doing well. It is good to see you. We're going to make a new squad real quick. Hey, Schmitchell, welcome in. We're going to call them Acid Squad because they have to go through the acid water. And they are going to consist of Truth, Ice, We, Burn, and Beep. Because these party members are either skeletons or hivers, and they are immune to the effects of the acid. I wonder where Truth is going. Truth decided it was faster to walk up and around. Greetings, Wheezy. I hope you're well. Good to see you. We needs that arm splinted before we do anything. Only thing you remember from your chemistry degree, do as you oughta, add acid to water. That's just to dilute it, right? Because water should not neutralize acids. Not bad. Spent part of the afternoon looking up stuff for a mod you want to work on for Fallout 4. Very nice. Alright, let's splint that injury. And I think what we do, we'll have Truth. We'll have everybody go up here, but we'll have Truth sneak in and take a look. You add water to acid. Oh, add acid to water. Don't add water to acid. Gotcha. We have security spiders. I wonder if Truth can handle this. This is a tough one. Thinking it's going to be a good-sized story mod with custom weapons, armor, fast travel vehicle, and a player home. Very nice. Sounds like a group effort. Oh, beep. How did Gecko get over? They swam across the acid? Wow. They came to help their companions in need. Okay, so I guess we didn't need to separate everybody. Because they were just going to group up anyway. We'll just have to rest up so they have enough health to make it back across the acid water. Yeah, Wheezy, send me a Discord DM about that. I can't provide any promises. I don't tend to join a bunch of Discords these days, but I'm open to giving feedback on something like that. Not that I know anything about modding, though. Ooh, look at these nice weapons we have sitting here waiting for us. Who's limping? Oh, Boogie, you know just what to say. Extensive experience with modded Fallout 4, as do some of the people already in there. In a way, but I've only done Wabbajack mod lists and only a couple. But I'm definitely down to take a look. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Wheezy. Yeah, like I said, I'm happy to take a look if it's something that, you know, depending what all it demands. I don't know if I'm up to installing a modded playlist, but conceptual feedback and stuff I can certainly help with. You know what? I want to put everybody on hold, and I just want Truth to lure them out. That's how we're going to handle this. Oh, Seto wasn't over here the whole time? That's interesting. All right. Nope. Just truth. Should be 2 this time. Oh, they turning around? One of them is. Okay, fighting one at a time is not going to hurt my feelings. All right, if I remember correctly, there should be just one more inside of here. That was weird. Run, Truth, run. There it is. Wow, we knocked that one down fast. All right. Let's grab Beep. Grab Wee. Ice is back up. All right, we'll get inside. We'll throw down some beds. All right, we'll get Wee. Time I mentioned Truth, you want to make comments about Little Jimmy. It's a WWE wrestler named R-Truth, and for a while you were doing a gimmick in which he was talking to an invisible child he called Little Jimmy. You were doing a gimmick? Was this in a wrestling game? No, he was doing the gimmick on live TV. Got you. Can confirm R-Truth is a real WWE wrestler and hilarious. Hey, thanks for that follow. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Or YouTube subscription. Thank you very much. We are on the path to YouTube partner, and if you are new to the series, we do have the entire playlist of Kenshi first blind playthrough. You can see all of the full VODs, or the first 4 streams are edited into an abridged series with more on the way, so you can get caught up a little faster and see my entry into this series while knowing nothing about it. That should be good for now, except we don't necessarily need Bean Hop up. I think Truth can do a lot of the lockpicking at this point. All right, let's see what we got. AI course. Come on, AI course. AI course. Okay, ancient science books. I'll take those. Can't wait for endgame when Beanhop settles down and starts a roasting cafe biz. Okay, ancient science books. Those are not AI course. Okay, last chance. I feel like one of those people who opens, like, loot crates or card packs on stream, and now I'm addicted to the hit of getting an AI core, and anything else, I'm just like, I don't even want it. And we won another ancient science book and a bunch of CPUs. I was hoping, since I had to fight through the King Gorillo, that this one would have a little better loot. But I'm falling over myself in ancient science books at this point. What I need are the AI cores. And we're like CPU. I don't even think there's really anything I can do with them other than sell them. Well, that is a sadly disappointing resolution to this lab adventure. I really thought we would find something great out here. Who's fighting what over here? Gorillas and land bats. Well, I have to tell you what, that makes it about time for me to wrap up today. So we're going to end it here, and yes, that does mean, unfortunately, about another 5 days until the next Kenshi stream, when I will be back next weekend, because as we know, weekends are for Kenshi. I stream Kenshi on Saturdays and Sundays. So this has been a lot of fun. I think we are still on the path to good things and improving the run, and we are making progress towards our ultimate goals, so we just got to put in the time and the grind and keep strengthening our squad. Have a good night and have fun. Thank you, Talking Horse. Thanks for being here. I'm going to call this Crumbling Labs. Hopefully this week I will have some of the Kenshi abridged videos out if you're looking forward to that. I should get another edited video back from my editor, and we will have some more playthroughs this week. I'm thinking maybe we do one on April Fool's Day. Keep an eye on the Discord. I will make my posts in Discord when I know what days I'm going to be streaming. I will also try to post them in the community section of my YouTube channel. So if you're on YouTube and not in the Discord, you can check there. But as always, the best way to keep up with us is in the Discord. That's where I'm going to post the most up-to-date information. Thanks for being here, everybody. It's been a really great one. And we wrapped up stream 40 of my first Kenshi playthrough. It is hard to believe we have gotten to stream 40, and there is still more to uncover. So thanks, everybody. We are going to start, as always, by closing off YouTube. YouTube, thank you for joining us, whether you were here live or you caught the VOD. I really appreciate you, and I hope you've enjoyed this series as much as I have, and I hope to see you back for another one. Until we catch you again, YouTube, please take care of yourselves.